Last year, I made this video warning people not to buy ETFs on eToro. If you haven't seen that video, it would be great to watch for some context, but essentially I was saying that I was backing away from buying ETFs on eToro because I found out that you don't actually own ETFs on eToro. Instead, you just basically enter a CFD contract, which is a fancy way of saying that you basically bet on the asset's price instead of actually owning the asset, and that's a big difference. Well, and what do you know? I get this comment on that video. So I guess I need to go back to the drawing board and learn everything all over again. Okay, so what's the deal with ETFs on eToro? Can you actually buy them? Can you actually own them? Like, what's happening? It seems like everybody's giving a different answer out here, including myself. And I do agree, it is a bit confusing, but it gets a bit easier the more you learn. So after chatting with John for a little back and forth, it actually seemed that he can actually buy and own ETFs. And that, of course, motivated me to go out and do some research on my own. Apparently, after some digging, I did find that there is a way to buy ETFs on eToro without the CFD contracts and actually own those ETFs. I'll show which ones a bit later in the video. As far as I found out, the main difference of why everybody's seeing different information out there is based on your location. That's because each country has different financial regulations, thus we see different kind of availability of ETFs. And not only it matters where you're based, but also where your eToro account is registered. For example, if you are in Europe just like me, you are not able to buy any US-based ETFs. You can check who regulates your eToro account by going to your profile. As you can see on my profile, it says that my account is regulated by Cyprus Security Exchange Commission. So if yours is the same, basically whatever I show you should definitely match your own eToro account. Or if your eToro is regulated by some other exchange commission or some other rules, then of course you will definitely see some different regulations and some different ETFs on your account. But okay, let's get to the good part, the actual ETFs. So for me personally, eToro shows 264 ETFs that are available for me to buy. And I have gone through all of them. Yes, just one by one going through each and every one because I wasn't able to find any aggregated information on eToro's website. And after going through all of the ETFs, I found out 23 ETFs you can actually buy and own without CFD contracts. Let's go over this list. So first we have iShares Core World, then iShares Core 100, iShares 250, iShares Nasdaq 100, SPDR S&P 500, iShares Asia Pacific Dividend, iShares S&P 500, Xtrackers Nikkei 225, Xtrackers India Swap, iShares Emerging Markets, iShares UK Property, SPDR S&P US Dividend Aristocrat, iShares Emerging Markets, iShares Europe, iShares Japan Hedge, iShares Taiwan, iShares Core S&P 500, iShares Corporate Bond, iShares AEX, Xtrackers Stock Europe 600 Utilities, iShares Brazil, iShares Gold Producers, iShares Far East X Japan. Okay, that was actually a lot to list them all, but now you know every single ETF that you can buy without CFD contracts. However, please do check your personal eToro account, and whenever you make a trade, when you press trade, it actually says underneath if it's a CDF contract or if you're buying an asset. So definitely check. Even though I just listed all of the ETFs, check your eToro account before doing any trades. Personally, I will do a lot of research on all of those 23 ETFs to actually find out which ones I like. Because now, previously I thought that there is no ETFs available without CFD contracts, so I kind of dismissed the whole ETF investing. But now that I see that there are a couple of them available, I'll probably get back to investing into ETFs, but first, of course, I need to research and see which ones I prefer. However, from a quick glance, I think there are about like 6 ETFs that caught my eye, and I might be investing in one of them. So definitely make sure to subscribe down below because I'll be sure to make an in-depth video about the ETFs I invest or the ETFs I personally like from that list I mentioned. But for now, I actually recommend reading eToro's Beginner's Guide on ETFs. It's a really great article explaining everything much more in depth than I ever could, especially if you're new to ETF investing. I highly recommend this one. Okay, so it seems my eToro journey is kind of a never-ending learning curve. I started investing in ETFs and I found out that I'm not investing in what I think it is. I basically sold everything. Then I figured out that there is ETFs available, so I'm back on that train. My investing strategy with eToro kind of changes a lot. However, in early 2022, I sent out a newsletter to my subscribers detailing my overall investing strategy and reviewing 2021 and basically saying how it changes for this year. I'll definitely link that newsletter in the description below if you're curious to read more about this. And of course, you can check out previous issues of the newsletter. And if that looks something like you like, you might as well subscribe. But to summarize, initially I subscribed to eToro to invest into ETFs, and once that was not an option anymore, I was kind of in a weird position. You see, I already have a stock portfolio on Revolut and a crypto portfolio on Gemini, so it does not make sense to invest in these assets on eToro. I would be just diversifying platforms, but not the actual things I invest in. But eToro does actually offer more than just stocks or crypto. You can also invest in indices, commodities, currencies, copy trader feature, where basically copy other people's trades, and then smart portfolios. For me, I don't know much about indices, commodities, or currencies. It doesn't seem like the type of investments I want to get into, so those are definitely not my cup of tea. Copy trader feature looks cool, but I didn't do much research. Usually people kind of trade the same things I do, or at least at this point, I didn't actually find anyone I want to copy, so I'm kind of still unsure about this. However, smart portfolios is the thing that caught my eye. And it was actually a perfect timing just a couple of months ago. eToro, because smart portfolios are mainly managed by eToro themselves, they lowered the amount of entry. I think before it was around $2,000 or $1,000 or $2,000, something like that, to even enter a smart portfolio. Right now, the minimum is only $500 and my account was just above that, which basically makes it perfect to invest in these. So beginning of 2022, I actually invested in one of the portfolios called Dividend Growth Portfolio, which is managed by eToro. It essentially acts like an ETF, sort of. It's not an ETF, and they clearly say that on their website, but for all intents and purposes, it does act like an ETF. And out of all portfolios that they have, this seemed that it was the most different from anything else that I have invested in my stock portfolio on Revolut, which is great because I was looking to diversify a little bit. However, now that me and you know that there are actually ETFs available that you can actually own, I think I'll get back to investing in ETFs as well. I'm not sure which ones yet. I still need to do my research, but I think this one's coming. Now, I think you should check out this video where I explain basically the history of why I stopped buying ETFs, what kind of ETFs I was buying, and sort of how long and for how much I sold them. But that's it from me. Ciao!